If you had to design the ultimate first-time Disney trip for a toddler, biggest impact, least stress, what would you say?
So say, you go for 3 or 4 days to Disney. You're not going to actually go, well, I
wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't recommend going into the park every single day. It's a lot of energy expenditure. But what you could do is go, say you're going Monday to a Friday. Go Monday, go Wednesday, and then Tuesday do your character dining with Snow White. That way you don't have to go into the park, but you still get that character experience. I would say that was a really impactful experience. We didn't get to go to the Cinderella table, which I think will be on our list next time. But
I think it's, if I had the best trip, my thought would be plan 2 days with a break in between. And that's what we did. If you can afford it, try to stay at one of the hotels on the park, because then because the other thing is try to get going early and then take a break. So basically,
yes,
get up there when the rope's dropping. Do some research to the park you're going, because, for example, Magic Kingdom, if you drive to the park, you have to, let's say they open it at 8:30. It's 8:30 or 9. You want to get there almost an hour before, because you have to get through security, and then you have to take either the tram, the monorail, or you have to take a boat to get in. So it's not just walk in, show your ticket, and you're in the park. It's a bit of an ordeal. And then we got flagged for additional screening, and so that took another 10-ish or so
security
minutes. So so the ideal thing is stay at one of the hotels. So then you can also, I think you get early access to the park.
Yeah, there's some early access. Otherwise, you can pay for early access.
So, and you want to look at it as an energy time conservation, because everyone's going to tire out. So get up early, plan your trips, plan with the Lightning Pass and whatnot. Hey, we're going to hit these rides, meet this character, boom, boom, boom. And then just know that we're going to go back to the hotel and relax for a few hours, put our feet up, and then we're going to come back in the evening or afternoon, and then try to hit a few more things. And I think then take a day off. If you're up for it. And then I think taking the day off, because then when we're just going to hang around the hotel, we're not going to do anything, it allows you to decompress. It also allows you to appreciate what you just did and then look forward to the next day. So you don't have to go into your vacation being every single day is planned out. I know what I want to do, because you might be hey, that was too much. I want to slow down. And then the other thing is snacks. Take lots of snacks. Take a cooler full of snacks. You can bring in coolers of food, drink, whatever you want to. I think alcohol is the other thing you can't.
Yeah.
But get the snacks that the toddlers love. We were, what was it, the pretzels and
we went to the grocery store.
We went to the grocery store and just loaded up on all sorts of things.
Bagels and bananas and all the things. And pack extra, because you guys will eat it.
Yeah, it was surprising how much we ate. You're walking around and it's just I think it's also you're smelling all the smells of the funnel cake and all the candy. And so it's good to have treats that you want, because then you'll be less likely to be diving into, we still did it as well, but just not as often.
Right.
So I think that's kind of my first time. And I think that would be enough. If you did a 3-day trip with 2 days on and 1 day in between, you could definitely do more, but that's going to be, you're going to hit so much stuff and be so happy. I feel 3 days with a toddler, if you had 4 days there, and that would just be a little bit, they would love it. But
yeah, of course. Or maybe you're doing half days at that point. And that's still a lot. You can get a lot done from 8:30 to 1:30, especially when you're going and you have a Lightning Pass. And I do think, unless your toddler is known for their stroller naps, they're going to be overstimulated and they're going to be overwhelmed by all of the awesome action, and it's loud and there's characters and there's music. And I personally wouldn't recommend pushing through and trying to do a full day. I think it was a lot to do. So spoiler alert, we did that. I was also 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And so that was a lot. But I think, I spoke to my sister too, who's she went to Disney every year with her, or every other year with her boys for many years. And I loved her setup. I was that's perfect. They would go early, first thing in the morning, in the early part of when the park opens, and they would stay and then go to lunch at their hotel. And they would stay at the Wilderness Lodge, which was, you could take, I believe, the monorail.
You take the monorail, yeah.
And then have lunch, they take a nap, Then in the afternoon, they go to the pool at the Wilderness Lodge, go swimming. And then if they have a character dining experience at night, they do that. But I was like, oh, best of both worlds. Like you get that vacation pool, everybody gets some rest, but you get a full, like 5 to 6 hours at the park. That's a lot.
Thanks for watching this clip. If you liked it and you want to see the entire interview, you can find it just right there. So go ahead and click it.